What's up, everybody? Give me about a minute to get in. Look like we're going to talk about this run I did and what I took from it. Back up a little bit. I feel like many of these things are very important for people because, as I say, many of these things are very important for people because we need to understand that over time, especially when we stop running, once you begin running again, there's certain things you have to do that you may not have done before. Certain warm ups, um, new pains that you're gonna feel, things of that nature. So we're gonna get started. So today I did it was a 5 mile run in the sand close to Muscle Beach. I ran from Muscle Beach down to South Point to the pier, all the way up to 25th Street, and then back down to Muscle Beach. And during that run, a lot of the things that I was able to either that I learned before that have helped me. One, I would say breathing. That's something that I knew personally already. Uh, just instead of letting your breath control you controlling your breathing, because your breath is the brakes of the heart, the brakes on the heart. So you want to make sure that you are controlling the way you're breathing, so that you're controlling your body. Otherwise, that's going to be a very difficult time. And remember, when you control your breath and you breathe through your nose in and out the diaphragm, rather than just the chest. When you breathe through the diaphragm, you get deeper into the lungs. Right. So when you get deeper into the lungs, you're able to use the body more efficiently. So that's the catch. Don't breathe through your mouth. Breathe through your nose, for the most part. And you want to have a pause in between the inhale and the exhale on a regular basis. Not so much when you're running, especially if you're just beginning. It'll be a lot more difficult for you. And one thing that who I was running with Ash, which he could run like 50 miles, like 50. So I just wanted to run, a little 10% of that. Um, we ran on the sand, which was another thing. I wanted to see how that would feel, like how difficult it would be. We He told me about the 3 step count, like the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, like, and that's how you're supposed to jog. A lot of people try to like take huge strides and do this, that, and the third. When you're going for, I guess, a little distance, I guess you could say, what really even 1 mile, you can pace it out like that. You want to make sure that you're not overdoing it in the beginning, and you can, extend the the amount of time that your body will last when you're running. So that's something I took away from that. Another situation or another thing I took away from it is the certain pains that I've had as I'm running. And many people have these pains and they're just like, well, it's just because I'm getting older. But it's not because you're getting older. It's the fact that you're wearing what you would call shoes, could be like foot prisons. And it sounds drastic, but imagine putting mittens on and never taking mittens off. And then I come to you one day and I'm like, you don't have to wear mittens. Like, you can move your fingers around like that. And then you look at me like I'm crazy. That's how people look when they tell you you don't need to wear shoes, and or you shouldn't wear shoes that have, especially when women wear the shoes that really, the pointy shoes and the heels and all that. Because when you think about it, if you have to relearn how to walk in a shoe, it's not something you should be walking in. And I get it. It's pretty and this, that, and the third, but at the same time, it just doesn't, it just doesn't really help you or suit you. It actually hurts you in the long run. So, what else was there? So another thing was, um, what was it? My foot, my right foot. So I felt like I had like a little plantar fasciitis in my right foot, and then in my left foot, right under my big toe at the base, it was hurting, and then my So there I need to strengthen my toes and my feet, which most people don't really do because we'll get to that afterwards. Actually, no. So do right now. So a lot of people don't realize that your central nervous system is very smart and intelligent, but at the same time, it's very lazy. Because once you stop using something, it's going to forget about it. It's going to be like, all right, well, this person doesn't use this, so we're just going to forget how to use it. Like our toes. Many people can't place down their big toe and pick up the other toes, and then place down their other toes and pick up their big toe. You should try to do that. Let me know. Write in the comment if you can do that. You want to be able to open your toes up, and you want to switch back and forth between your big toe being down, picking up the other four toes, and splaying them open, spreading them open, and then switch and pick the big toe up and press the other toes down. So things like that are very important. And just doing, instead of calf raises, I would say heel lifts, because when you think of it as a heel lift rather than a calf raise, you get into a higher calf raise. You know, you're focusing on standing on your midfoot or your forefoot, because that's how you're supposed to run as well. You're not supposed to run and hit the heel every time. That's not going to help you. That actually hurts you. So, a lot of people, yeah, exactly, with the toe splay. So yeah, with the toe splay, and then you want to use like this part of your foot, the front part rather than the whole thing. You know. So another thing that I took from what's it called from this 5 mile run, was the ankle pain. So working inversion and eversion, because we're always stepping and working this way, but we don't really work this way, like with our feet. You know what I mean? So you want to make sure that you're moving in all directions. You're not just moving in the directions that your body needs for the day, but the directions you need for life, because you don't know when you're going to need those other directions. And that's when we get hurt. That's when those injuries arise, you know? Another thing was it, the teardrop in my quad, the inside right above the knee. I believe my LCL, it's my LCL really and my MCL. I'm pretty sure I need to strengthen those two. My ACL is fine. So it's like, when you basically, what I want to instill in you is that when you go do a workout or do something like new, or something you should be doing anyway, maybe not 5 miles, but even like half a mile, maybe just one lap around the track, you want to take note of the things that you feel. And I haven't done these in a while, so it's like I wanted to, see how I feel, see, gauge it how often I should be doing this. Because as of today, what I want to start doing is, and I don't really need a New Year's resolution for this. It's like January 17th. You can start at any time. Most people don't forgot their New Year's resolutions already, actually. What I want to aim to start doing is doing something that's uncomfortable every day, like that 5 mile run. Because I told my friend Ash, I was like, I want to run with you, but just text me, let me know when when you want to do it. And today, it was like a cloudy day. Uh, it wasn't hot, and he messaged me right after my class. I'm like, he's like, it was a perfect day to run. I looked up. I'm like, he's right. And then, so from there, like probably 45 minutes later, we started running. It was at like a 10-minute mile. We ran 5.5 miles. Uh, it probably would have been like 9.5, 9:30. I mean, 9 minutes, 9:30 if we weren't in sand. And then I wanted to walk or run like at the water, like how they be doing that in the movies. But it's too much. Like you're not about to run 5 miles over over by the water. It's not happening. I mean, you can. It's just gonna take you a little bit longer, and that I'll get to that, but not right now. And it's sloped, so your one side's gonna be working more than the other side. That's another thing too. You want to make sure that you evenly work the body. A lot of us, we do a lot of things with our right side. I noticed I chew on the right side a lot, right? And I was looking at a book that my friend had brought here, and I flipped to a page, I opened it up, and I seen something about the neck muscle. So I checked it out, and like, I don't know if you could see, like, the muscles were activating here. And on this side, it's not as prevalent here, which goes to show me that I have an imbalance. You know, years of chewing on this side, of course, those neurological pathways are going to be built up to where it's like I don't have to necessarily try. It's like you almost have to try, not really try on the other side, but a little more brain power has to go into it, even if it's like very minute. So these are little things you want to be noticing, ready for, and understand. Good things that I've noticed about this run too is that my back doesn't hurt. So I don't know if that was just the fact that we were running in sand, or the fact that since I've been strengthening certain parts of my body, that things is looking upward. I'm actually going to create myself a course, my own personal course, with every past injury I've ever had, and I'm going to just run it through that, see what type of results I get from that, and I'll definitely keep you guys posted. If you guys have any questions, just drop them in there. Maybe for about a minute. Um, so what I want to instill every Wednesday, just about every Wednesday when I get on here, is something new that may have been crossing your mind, something that you may need to do, something you may want to do. Like, I don't want to run. You really think I wanted to run 5 miles? No. But I did it because I told myself I was going to do it. One. Two, last time I ran with him was like January 1st of last year. So that's kind of pathetic. And then it's funny, I seen something, I don't know if it was a meme or something on TikTok. I don't know. There's so many media sites. So it was something where they said, if you do something that you don't want to do, but you know you should do it, something that it releases or it helps something in your brain. Uh, don't quote me. I don't want to say it's this or that or whatever the case is. But it was basically something that helps you do more or live longer or just elevate overall, just elevate. So that's something that I guess I needed to see that, and now I'm executing on that. A lot of times we know what we need to do. Everyone in here right now knows what you need to do, but I feel, and I'm not speaking for everybody either, not even the people that are in here necessarily. I feel as though we know what we need to do, but we are scared to do it because we know that it's going to require consistency every single day. And that's not something that we're really wanting to put in because that's going to be very uncomfortable every day, even though we have uncomfortable situations every day anyway. So it's like you might as well have uncomfortable situations that's going to help you elevate. So, because check it out, we're at the end of January basically. We're halfway through January. Let's just say we're at the end. And by June, all of us are like, damn, it's June already. What did you do that whole time? You know what I mean? I feel like I'm kind of frustrated with, like, as I elevate every year, but I feel as though I leave a lot on the table every year. And I'm pretty sure many people share that as well. So instead of leaving something on the table every day, do something different. I just posted that on my Instagram uh, about, just doing something that you may not want to do but need to do every day. Like maybe if it's reading like 5 to 15 or 5 to 50 pages, or exercising. Some people don't exercise, doing yoga, Pilates, just doing some calisthenics, some squats. Don't just be doing push ups and pull ups. Do some squats, do some side lunges, rather than even squat, side lunges and reverse lunges. And just, just overall elevate yourself. Find things that are going to help you become a better individual, things that are going to help you be the adult that you needed as a kid. because that right there is very important. And not even so much for your kid, but maybe somebody else's kid that may be in your life. Because, not everyone is equipped to be a parent, and it takes a community to raise a kid. I don't know if we seem to realize that anymore, because right now we're having just the television raise kids, whatever school system. But yeah. So that's it for today. Just want to let tap in with you guys, uh, let you know what's on my mind. I appreciate you. Until next time, peace and blessings.